Hey, what's up? We're back. Oh god. I've had something stuck in my throat for the last like 30 minutes. Eventually it'll go away. But in any case, I got no idea what the hell this quest line is gonna be about, because I don't remember shit about Gridania. I don't know, it feels like Gridania was really kind of the least important or utilized region out of the three starting ones. And, like, Kanesena never shows up. So this is probably going to be a whole hell of a lot of... Huh? What? Was that a thing? The only thing I know is that you got forest spirits, and the English translates that to elementals, which makes 0 sense. They got rid of all the fun stuff for the sylphs. Oh god. If the sylphs get to show up again, that would be hype. If we get to see a little more uwu speak flying cabbages, that would be very hype. Love those little bastards. Alright. So, first quest. Yeah, this is like the forest wrapped in death, is maybe what I would go with. I don't know, it's like, this use of Tosasareta is, I guess, more like plunged, but... I think wrapped is probably relatively accurate. Oh geez, that music transition.
では、手短だが説明させてもらいたい。現在、国井森にも偽真珠が出現しており、民の命が脅かされる非常事態となっている。
Okay. We've seen like 4 of these so far, we can just kind of skim. Right? It's like, let me explain, there's a... Yeah, what, falsified beasts and the... Or like Black Cloak Forest.
厄介なのは、その偽真珠が特殊な能力を有している点だ。対抗策を練ろうにも、調査のために接近することも容易ではない。
Okay. The troublesome matter is that this falsified beast has a what, peculiar, or... Yeah, probably peculiar ability. Yeah, we're finding it very difficult to devise measures to deal with it, as it's... What, hard to even get close to it to investigate.
そのため、討伐の協力者は、同行者の護衛に長けていることを必須条件と考えているのだが。
Okay, so they're setting up tank. They need somebody to cover.
どうか、国井森の偽真珠討伐に協力して。引き受けてくれるか。それでは、グリダニアの総打倒、統合司令部にいる偽真珠担当官。
Okay. We're meeting the dude at the, what, Twin Serpent headquarters.
これは英雄伝ラザハンに派遣した武官から話は伺っており
Man, so many of these. The start of these quests is very, very similar. So, they show up, they say like, oh wow, it's you, the hero, you're here for the falsified beast,
で
yep.
は偽真珠対策の指揮を取っておられるカヌエ様をお呼びしますので少々お待ちください
Okay, so now we're actually getting, Kane Sena. Oh hey, I've seen you in literally forever.
お待たせいたしました。この度は、偽真珠討伐に力添えしていただけるとのこと。森戸の民を代表して、お礼を申し上げます。
Thank you for your patience. So then Wait. I just realized that, like, the music fully cut out. That felt weird. That feels weird. I mean, it makes sense for the forest, but, like, just something felt off, and I was like, well, why does this feel so weird? It's because the music cut off entirely. You're just saying, like, on behalf of everybody, all the people of Gridania, thank you.
早速ですが本題に、国威森に現れた偽真珠について説明させてください。
Okay, allow me to describe or explain, like, the falsified beast that appeared in the Black Cloak Wood, Black Forest.
国威森でも人が獣へと転じる現象が
I had something for that
目
name.
撃者の証言では見知らぬ男性であったそうです。
God, it's such a pain in the ass when they've got all these proper nouns, and I know that I translated them to something before, and I just don't remember what I said now. And I don't remember what it is in the English. Okay, not long after the incidents on Salenia Island, yeah, the phenomenon of humans transforming into beasts was also observed here in the it's like, I'm just gonna say Black Cloak Forest, or Black Robe, maybe? I mean, it is just kind of clothes. There's something that you can do for that. You know what? Fuck it. The thing that I've been doing recently, because everybody here is already familiar with these terms in Japanese, I'm just gonna say kokuimori. Fuck it. Okay, according to the eyewitness, what man they witnessed was entirely unknown to them.
ソーダ島はこの辺一帯を偽真珠と認定。体に鎖や綱のように見える文様があったとの証言に従い、グレープニルと名付け、対策に乗り出すことになりました。
Okay, later that day, the twin serpents identified it as a false divine beast, and based on due to eyewitness accounts that markings on its body resembled, or like it had markings on its body that resembled chains or rope. They designated it Glepnir, and began developing countermeasures.
グレープニルは森の各地に出没してはあらゆる命を蹂躙しては姿を消すという行動を繰り返しています。
Yeah, that's not invading. Okay, since then, Glepnir has appeared repeatedly throughout the forest, destroying life wherever it goes, and then
あ
vanishing.
る事態に森の精霊たちも異物の排除を求める悲鳴のような声を発しているのですが、そう簡単に手を出せない事情がありまして、
Hey, here we go! Morino Sere. I have no idea where they got elemental from. It doesn't make any sense. Let me check. Let me check this real quick. Like, this is a line that I definitely want to say because yeah, it just doesn't make any fucking sense. Yeah, I mean, I guess maybe it's just like a generic fantasy thing, but this is like, and so the, like, now too, the spirits of the forest, but are calling out, screaming. Like, for this... Ibitsu is interesting, like, for this foreign body to be removed. But, however, there are circumstances or, like, certain considerations that prevent us from so easily dealing with it. Yeah, the English is, the elementals cry out for us to rid the forest of this wicked presence. Yet, even if we tracked it to its lair, I fear besting the beast would be no simple matter. It doesn't... Like, you could sub that out with anything, and it would make just as much sense. Elementals of what? Like, the way that they describe these spirits in the Japanese makes it seem like that, you know, like, the forest is like a living organism into itself, or unto itself, rather.
これまでの犠牲者を見聞した結果、グレープニルはその爪や牙、そして角に非常に強力な毒気を有しているらしいと判明しているのです。
Its lair? No, yeah, that's just another... Like, that's just another thing there. Where they go, oh, there's a big spooky monster thing, it must have a lair. It's just like, that's trope poisoning. Elemental? Oh, like in katakana is what Final Fantasy XI uses, but they're not at all the same thing. Yeah, that would make sense. I mean, it's like them... It's like the different terms for summons or things like that, where... Like, if they call it something completely different between one game and another in Japanese, you probably shouldn't just use the same English translation for both. Yeah, so then it's likely that they're like, ooh, we're gonna make it like Final Fantasy XI, like a fun Final Fantasy XI thing. But, point is that they're doing something different. What? Examination of the victims thus far has revealed that Glepnir has but an incredibly powerful poison, toxin maybe, in its claws, present within its claws, fangs, and horns.
攻撃を受けると、たとえかすり傷程度であっても、傷口より毒気が入り込み、死に至ってしまうのです。
If you're struck by its... If you're struck by this beast, even if If one is struck by this beast, even merely grazed, this, what, toxin, you would probably say, would enter into the wound, leading to certain death.
鎖死病という病気をご存知でしょうか。実はグレープニルの毒気の影響はその鎖死病の症状と酷似しているのです。
鎖死病? Huh. Oh, that's an interesting term. Okay, so that is like the kanji for chain, or it's like for chain and then like fatal illness. Ah, what do you do for that? What do you do for that? Oh, you fucking idiots. The English calls it creeping death. No, like... Oh my fucking god, we're 5 seconds in and I'm already losing it. So, notice that the name... Wait a second. I did this right on accident. Hey, look! When you, like, actually translate things based on what's there, things line up. Remember I said, like, the forest wrapped in death? Like, that sort of wrapping, constraining sort of term? And then they're using a term here to refer to the illness, the fatal illness that this causes, being similar to this established term that also uses the kanji for chain. Meanwhile, in the English, they go with creeping death. Like, they said they've got the whole chain thing in the kanji for the quest name. They said that Gleipnir's, the patterns on its body resembled chains or ropes. That's why they gave it the name. And then here, we're saying, like, hey, this is the fatal illness that this poison causes similar effects to, right? We have this fatal illness, and the poison from Gleipnir causes a similar set of symptoms. It's like it all wraps together, wrapping, like, you know, with like a chain might do. Yeah, like in the English they say, eyewitnesses to subsequent attacks spoke of patterns on its skin reminiscent of heavy chains. They just said chains, not ropes, in the English, which is wrong, and thus we named it Gleipnir, for the creature of legend. But then creeping death. These don't line up. Now, the question is whether or not they, like, this, Sashibyo has shown up in the game before now. I would be slightly more forgiving if this Sashibyo showed up earlier and they just, you know, translated it to Creeping Death with no context, even though Creeping Death for Sashibyo would be bad. Like, that's not a good translation, but if it was done in isolation, whatever. Like, you didn't know. So, like, you fucked up, you shouldn't have done it, but... Come on, man. What do you call this? Like, using the word death in here is absolutely fine. In fact, you probably would want to. So what do you do for a fatal illness where you want to have the word chain in there some way? Like, you can't just say, like, chaining death. It was mentioned back in 2.0. So then, yeah, they probably did the thing that they were very wont to do back in 2.0 and now. Which is, they do a little change that they're like, oh, this isn't gonna matter ever. And then it comes back to bite them in the ass. But, like, when you have something like that, the kanji for chain there is obviously very important. Like, if you showed me that disease name in isolation, you would want to... Nah, that makes it sound like some sort of gastro problem. Like that, like it's making you shit out your intestines. Yeah, but the thing is that it's not really like... This Shibyo is not really going to be necessarily like a wasting disease. That just means like fatal, right? Like a fatal illness. Really, you could do a ton of different things as long as it cleanly had the meaning of like binding, restraining, shackling. I don't know, honestly you might just call it the binding death. Yeah, I'll just go with that, like, for now. The binding death. And I can already see now, I can see already that there's somebody like vines creep over things and they, like, wrap them up. So really it's actually exactly the same thing? No. This kanji, kusari, is for chains. Yeah, like, this isn't like a scientific term. Here, this is very much just like a disease name. Like something that you would just call it. Like, it is meant for, like, artificial metal chains. So, you can't use creeping, actually, because that sounds too organic. It's not supposed to sound organic. Yeah, I'm okay with that. So, yeah, are you familiar with the disease, the binding death? The toxin that, Glepnir emits is... what produces incredibly similar symptoms to the binding death.
鎖死病は北緯森特有の風土病で発症すると体に砂状の文様が浮かび
The binding rising, yeah.
特徴があります。
Look! Chain, like... I didn't even know this! I didn't know this at all! Wait, so then what does the English do for this? This doesn't make any sense. Yeah, the binding death is a... what, disease endemic to the... to... Kokuimori. I don't know what you call it. Oh yeah, in English it's the Black Shroud. I don't like that. Whatever, fuck it. I don't like it, I'll just say it. I don't like it. Yeah, the Black Shroud. That's just making me imagine Shroud the streamer, but race swapped. Now that's all I can think about. There's no personality difference or anything, it's just the exact same guy. Now I'm just imagining that in this universe, It's just like both of them are still people. Equal view count. Yes, the Binding Death is an endemic disease to the, Black Shroud when it develops chain-like. Oh yeah, it's like the onset is its onset is what's the term? How do you say this? Like its onset is what's the verb? Characterized? Or you would just say it manifests as, like, chain-like patterns appearing upon the body, causing excruciating pain.
私はグリダニアの生まれではないため、鎖種病については恥ずかしながら聞きかじりの知識しか持っておりません。
Okay, yeah. So in the English they say, it swept through the 12's wood many years ago. The sick found their skin covered in chain-like patterns and spent their final moments in excruciating pain. Creeping death, chain-like patterns. Why? I wasn't born here in Gridania, so I have to... Well, I'm ashamed to admit I have only... like, passing knowledge of the Binding Death.
ヒューラン族が感染した場合、確実に死に至ると聞きましたが、本当なのでしょうか?
Chain can... The thing is... Honestly, if somebody wrote Chainkinpox, obviously that's terrible. That's terrible. But at least the word chain is in there. Like, you get partial credit as opposed to 0. You know, it's still an F, but... I heard that, if Cure becomes infected, it's... The disease is... fatal 100% of the time. Is that true?
はい、ヒューラン族にとってはまさに致命的な病です。とはいえ、トモシビタケを用いた特効薬が開発されたことで、近年では大きな脅威とはみなされていませんでした。
Oh my god, we've got so many specialized terms here. Yes, for the Hure, it's an incredibly deadly disease. However, in recent years, it has not been considered a major threat thanks to the development of a... very potent medication utilizing... Wait, what is that? That's like, what, lamp shrooms, effectively? Okay, I've made the mistake of still having the English open. But, like, look at that line. Like, yes, for the Hure was incredibly fatal illness. However, in recent years, it has not been considered a major threat due to the development of a what, potent cure utilizing lamp shrooms. Or like of a potent medication made from lamp shrooms. Or, you know, made from utilizing very, like, leaderly, serious, academic, almost. Like, she's talking like a real leader. Very nearly, yes. Before the remainder were taken, we were able to devise a cure from the Glim Shroom. Slow though it was, the scars of this tragedy could then begin to heal. Huh? This shit is so ass, man.
ところが、同じ症状をもたらすグレープニルが現れたことで、この忌まわしき記憶が呼び起こされ、不安が広がっております。そこに関連性があるのかは、未だ分かっていないのですが。
However, with the appearance of Glepnir causing the same symptoms, these terrible memories are being brought back to the surface, causing anxiety to spread. Now, whether there's any direct connection between the two, however, is yet to be discovered.
現状では、幻術や白魔法でも、毒気の浄化は不可能。対抗策が見つからない限り、たとえグレープニルと遭遇しても、むやみに攻撃を仕掛けるわけにも参りません。
God, all the different terms for magic. Like this Genjutsu is more like witchcraft, effectively, kind of. I had something for these terms, I don't know. But presently, however, it is impossible to purify these, like, toxins. You might say miasma for this bokuke. To purify this miasma with either witchcraft or white magic. Unless we can find a way to counteract this poison, we can't... Yeah, even if we were to encounter Glepnir, we cannot recklessly attack it.
失礼します。緊急通信です。
Excuse me, it's a emergency call.
なんだって?
What?
先ほど、北部森林にて、偽真珠による襲撃が発生。帰国隊によれば、グレープニルはすでに姿を消したそうですが、負傷者がフォールゴードに運び込まれたとのことです。
Okay, a attack by the Pulsifying Beast has been... where it has occurred in the North Shroud. In the Northern Forest. I'm just gonna say forest. Oh, yeah. It's like, according to the, Revenants, Glepnir has already disappeared, however, the injured have been brought to Fallgord.
それはいけません。彼の地にいるのは、確か、エーセルメール騎馬総長でしたね。すぐさま、フォールゴードに向かい、詳しい状況を伺いましょ
う。Well, we can't do that. What the person in charge, like, stationed there is Sergeant... what is that? I have no idea. This is just like another... All the different groups have their own ranking system, and it's annoying. Eserumeru? Okay, that's that dude's name. We gotta go there and talk to him. I'm assuming we can't bring the injured population into a, like, densely populated area, because otherwise they're gonna get everybody else killed. There's just always people doing squats. everywhere you go.
おお、カヌエ様。おいでになると聞いて、お待ちしておりました。
Sana. We heard that you would be arriving. We've been waiting for you.
グレープニルによる負傷者はどちらでしょうか？
Where are the patients who were injured by
とま
Gulefnir?
ず浮かぶコルク艇の軒下を借りて収容し、フォールゴードの同志が治療を試みております。カヌエ様、どうかお力添えを。
I don't remember any of these terms. What do you do for Dolshi? I'm just gonna say Mage. I'm not gonna try. For right now. Okay, we've taken space underneath, what, the floating orc? To house them. The Fall Guard healers. I'm just gonna say healers. Are attempting to treat them.
わかりました。急ぎ、ホールゴードの同士に合流し、できるだけのことをしてみましょう。お二人も同行をお願いします。
It's such a pain in the ass. All the various terms for, like, different specialized healers and all that sort of stuff. Utilizing terms like... fucking Dolshi and shit.
この男性がグレープニルに襲われた被害者です。考えうる限り、すべての治癒魔法を試みたのですが。
This man was a victim of... was attacked by Glepnir. We've tried every... what... known... healing spell. However...
得たものの、毒気を浄化しきれず、患者の容態も悪くなる一方なのです。
Okay, although the, what, lacerations have healed, the toxin could not be fully purged, and his condition continues to deteriorate.
また、手当てをした際、一度服を脱がせてみたところ、身体に砂状の文様が出るという鎖死病と同じ症状が見られました。このものはヒューラン族ですから、鎖死病だとすると。
In addition, when removing the patient's clothing to begin treatment, I observed chain-like patterns present on his body, identical to that of the Binding Death, as he is, curing the Binding Death would be.
死に至る恐れがあるということですね。
You're concerned it may be fatal.
ここからは私が治療に当たります。あなたはしばし休息を。
Okay, I'll handle his treatment from here. Please go and
1号だ。
get some
1
rest.
号の大軍が出たんだ。
What, a horde of whatever those things are?
今
Is
の
it weird?
は東の門の方か。1号
East
は
Gate?
鎖死病の毒を媒介することで知られています。人々が毒に対して敏感になっている現状、1号の出現は非常によろしくありません。
Okay, what they're known to transmit the, like, what? Toxin that causes the Binding Death? What, given, like, the people's concerns regarding this, like, that it's spread at this time, the appearance of them now is incredibly bad.
負傷者の治療は私にお任せを。
Okay, so we're gonna go fight a thing. I don't remember what the hell these things are. They sound like some sort of bug. If I had to guess, it sounds like some sort of, like, flying insect.
ファーストミルへ向かう途中、アルダースプリングスで、地号の大群を見かけたんだ。
Okay, anyways, saw a huge horde of this Chigo and Alder
地号
Springs.
って鎖死病を媒介するんだろ？妙な魔物が似たような被害を出すって話だし、近寄らねえで、すぐに引き返してきたよ。
Yeah, Chigo, they caused the binding death, right? Or they spread the binding death. I heard there's some, weird monster going around that does the same, so I didn't want to go anywhere near it. I turned right around.
待て、お前、地号に刺されてないだろうな。もし刺されていたら、すぐに治療をしなければ。
Yeah, wait, you weren't bitten. I'm assuming this is bitten by one, were you? If you have, you need to be treated
脅かさない
immediately.
でくれよ。俺は大丈夫だ。それより、早く、地号をなんとかしねえと、通りがかった奴が危ないだろう。
Yeah, don't try and scare me like that. I'm fine. Yeah, don't worry about me. You need to deal with this Chigo immediately or somebody else could get hurt.
だが大群というからには、我らだけで処理しきれるかどうか。それに、ここの守りも固めなければならん。
Yeah, if it's a large group, I don't know if we can handle that on our own. We need to strengthen the defenses here.
今から帰国隊に出動を要請していては、手遅れになる可能性があります。我々で手分けをして、殲滅に当たりましょう。
Okay, if we try to get the revenants on the case, it'll be too late. It might be too late. Split up the work. It's like, let's handle it ourselves. And exterminate them.
すまない、助かる。アルダースプリン。
Thank you. I get the feeling I've seen these things before and I just don't remember it at all. Was I right? Flying insect! Yo! I was right.
「ありがとう、助かった。あれほどの稚語の大群に出くわしたのは初めてだ。特効薬を持っているとはいえ、生きた心地がしなかったよ。」
Thank you so much. You saved me. I've never run into a swarm of... Yeah, so it would be swarm of Chigo that big before. Okay, yeah. For a second there, I don't know. I guess I'm kind of off. Feeling a little bit off today. But I was like, oh no, yeah, he does just mean that he has it on him. Like, I have the remedy with me, but... I was like, yeah, that's like utterly terrified. Basically. You know, I thought I was gonna die.
フォールゴードに激痛に苦しんでる人がいるって？ああ、それを耳にしたんで、鎖死病の特効薬が効けばと思って届けに行くところだったんだ。
Oh, the yeah, people in what Polgord suffering from excruciating pain. I was just on my way to deliver the cure to the binding death, hoping it would be effective.
そうだ、一刻を争う事態だろうから、代わりにあんたが浮かぶコルク艇に届けてくれないかな。
Yeah, since time is of the essence, could you deliver this to the floating cork for me?
ありがとう、頼んだよ。それで治ってくれればいいんだが、私はファーストミルに戻るよ。
Thank you, I hope this works. I'm going back to, Hearst Mill. Oh man, he's really
撃退ありがとうございました。
he's really going through
負
it.
傷者の容体は芳しくありません。症状の進行を抑えるのが精一杯です。
Okay. Thank you for dealing with the Chio swarm. However, this victim's condition is not looking good. It's taking everything we've got just to... It's like we're doing everything that we can just to halt the progression of the symptoms.
これは鎖死病の特効薬？確かに症状は酷似しているので試す価値はあります。早速投薬してみましょう。
Oh, is this the cure for the binding death? The symptoms are very similar. It's worth a try. Let's administer it.
薬の効果はほどなく出るはずです。
The effects of the medication should... Or it's like, the medication should take effect soon.
ああ、痛い、来る、し。
It hurts, it
も
hurts.
う少しの辛抱です。薬が効いてくればすぐに痛みも。
Please wait, just hang in there for a little bit longer. Once the medication starts working, the pain will...
何にも変わらない。痛い、はあはあ。助けて。
And nothing's happening. It hurts. Help me.
男のうめき声が止んだ。どうやら息を引き取ったようだ。
Ugh. Yeah, his groaning stopped. It seems he passed away. No, that is like breathed his last.
残念です。こんな形で苦しみを終わらせることになろうとは。
It's like, but how terrible that this was the end to his suffering. Oh, I need to check this. Oh my god, man. So, two things to note. In the Japanese, Kanezana didn't say the medication would work. She didn't promise him that it would work. Right? She said, like, if it works, the pain will go away soon. That's like a more realistic thing. You don't promise effects in, like, medication when you're treating people. You don't give them, like, false hope. And then the description of the way that he died was very somber and succinct. Like, his groaning stopped. It appears the man breathed his last. And then Kane-senna says how terrible that his suffering would end this way. Now, let's compare that to the English. Hold on just a little while longer, my friend. The medicine will soon relieve your pain. Will. What she said before was that, like, the medication should start working soon. She's, like, being reasonable in the Japanese. She's not giving 100% certainty. The man shrieked, "Die in his throat," as his body is racked by violent convulsions. He then falls still and quiet, as if his breath was snatched from his chest. 12 have mercy. At the very least, his suffering is over. No, that's the exact opposite meaning, actually. That's the exact opposite meaning. This is not a statement of relief that she's giving here. She isn't saying, oh, at least his suffering is over. She's saying, we wanted there to be an end to his suffering. We didn't want it to be this. This is the worst case scenario for his suffering being removed. Also, what is all of this hack garbage description of, like, his shrieks die in his throat? No, the Japanese is describing him, he's just, like, groaning and moaning in pain, and then that drifts away. Like, the last thing in Japanese was him just going, like, slowly, just the strength leaving his body. It's not like a violent, climactic, oh, big thing. He's just in pain, and then he slowly stops moving. He takes that last breath and then stops. You know, like he's being, like, constrained? Like a slow stoppage of movement? It's not supposed to be swift and violent. The Japanese description is brutal by virtue of being, like, respectful and succinct. Like, if you wanted to throw in a little bit more flowery shit for that, which you really shouldn't. It's like the man's groaning, like, finally ceases, as it appears he's breathed his last. Or, you know, like, his groaning ceases, it appears as though the man has breathed his last. More words does not equal better. Like, you put in, like, 3 different layers of purple prose bullshit, and it just sounds amateur. Because it's written by amateurs.
薬を与えるのが遅かったのでしょうか。
Yeah, and then look, like, So I did look at the English here. Like, this line is, had we been quicker to deliver the medicine, would he have lived? Versus him saying, were we too late in administering the medication?
Looks like Fed
Daniel. Oh yeah, wait a second, no, it's, yeah, Fadanieru. No, it... But it appears as though the medication had no effect.
これではっきりしました。グレープニルの毒気は鎖死病に酷似しているものの、その実態は全く異なる脅威。そう断定していいでしょう。
Yeah, the English added in an N to the name. An extra N. It's Fadanieru. Just like some Wario shit. Both names are bad. But Fan Daniel is much worse than Fadaniel. Okay, so then it's clear the miasma emitted by Gleipnir has a strong similarity to the Binding Death. But in reality, it's an entirely different threat. We can say that for certain.
そして毒気が強力すぎるため、地合なども媒介することなく息絶えることでしょう。
Okay. Furthermore, this miasma is so potent that Chigo and other, like, carriers would likely die before being able to transmit it.
それでは、事後を恐れる必要はないということですね。誠に遺憾ながら、それが分かっただけでも収穫です。尊い犠牲が無駄にならずに済みました。
尊い犠牲。I think you, Okay, so then there's no need to, fear the Chigo. It's... It's like truly horrible how, but... that's not really what he means. He's saying, like... He's talking about, like, there being a bit of a silver lining, right? I don't know, you might just say, like, wow, regrettable. Learning that is in of itself a victory. At the very least, this man's... sacrifice will not be in vain. They use the term like this, they say totoi gisei, like precious sacrifice. You know, an extra level of honor. Okay, let's inform the people and reassure them. So they don't become, overly... Or, yeah, so, anxiety doesn't spread. As I've heard, despair causes humans to transform into these beasts. Fortunately, in our nation, none other than the falsifying beasts have transformed in order to keep this situation under control. It's critical that the people remain calm. Or that's really everyone, rather.
そうした後、今の話を広めるようにいたします。
After his burial, I'll spread the word.
「被害を食い止めるため、グレープニルの行方を追わねば、新たな情報が寄せられているかもしれません。一旦、ソーダ島統合司令部まで戻りましょう。
We must track down Glepnir to prevent any further casualties. Okay, there may be new information available to us. Let's go back to the, Twin Serpent's headquarters. I gotta say, I think that this one is doing a very good job of setting up a discrete set of problems. Where some of the other ones were like, oh, we just can't find the thing, so we can't deal with it. And then they had to kind of like pull out some slight nonsense to explain why you couldn't just go kill the thing. Here they're saying, we know what it is, here's what it's doing, we gotta figure out a way to stop this, like, incredibly fatal poison. Good setup.
新たに寄せられた偽真珠の目撃情報が複数あるようで、カヌエ様はすぐさまそちらの聴取に向かわれました。民が混乱していて、情報が錯綜しているのです。
Okay, there have been multiple new sightings of the Pulsifying Beast. Kanai-Sena has gone to, interview? Or, to go hear from the witnesses. The people are in a state of confusion, and there's conflicting information going around.
慎重に情報を精査しますので、次の作戦の方針が固まるまで、今しばらく待機をおね。
Okay, so that's their justification for why it's going to take multiple levels. Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of fine with the what the MTL just threw out of just like a cry for help. And the English is to give voice. That doesn't mean
寄せ
anything.
られたグレープニルの情報を精査した結果、南部森林での目撃情報が最も信憑性が高いと判断しました。その近辺に
Okay.
潜伏している
You're saying
可
they
能性もあるでしょ
reviewed the information that they received, the stuff from the south, like the southern forest was the most reliable. Somewhere
う。
around
新
there.
たな被害者が出ているかもしれません。私はカヌエ様と参りますので、ね渡り沼で。
And there may be further casualties. We're going to the spot. But like all of this stuff though, the thing that I like about it is that all of these quests have been very procedural. You know? They've been people in leadership positions solving problems in reasonable ways. Right? You don't have all of the crazy purple prose and over-the-top stakes that aren't realistic and constant twists and turns and blah blah blah. You've just got very well-written, competent characters solving interesting problems.
この集落には、私の妹のラヤオが滞在しております。グレープニルの動向について、すでに掴んでいるやもしれません。まずは彼女に会って、話を聞いてみましょう。
My sister Dio is staying in this village settlement. She may have information regarding, yeah, Glepnir's movements. Let's go speak with her. Oh, hey.
変わりないようですね、ラヤオ。
It's like, what, you're the same as ever, it seems.
偽信者の件で来たのね。
Ne-sama. I don't know what you would have her refer to her as in English, I don't remember. You hear about the falsified beast. I don't remember, like, their naming conventions or anything, like, what she would call her reasonably. Oh, okay, so this is she's specifically calling out that you've done white mage stuff. Yeah, it's like... What, you, what, inheritor of the will or mission of Ottawa? I don't remember this at all. I was skipping because I wanted to do these on stream, so I don't really actually know what she's talking about. Yeah, alongside my sister. It seems like what no healing magic is of no use against Glepnir's miasma. Still, let's do whatever we can for the sake of this world. That's a lot of context I don't know. I really should stream the, like, white mage job quests. I've heard that they're very interesting. Please, could you tell me what's going on around here? Just as it is in other parts of the Black Shroud. I don't like it. I don't like it, but I can't think of anything else. There were those in the southern forest who were attacked by Glepnir and passed away. With the toxin, the miasma being unable to be purified.
この付近でもグレープニルが目撃されたことで、今にも鎖種病が大流行するってみんな恐れているわ。
Fortunately, there haven't been any casualties in this village yet, but considering that Glepnir has been spotted nearby, people are terrified that there could be a mass outbreak of the Binding Death.
グレープニルの毒気は鎖種病とは異なる未知の脅威であることが分かりました。他者から感染する危険もないと考えてよいでしょう。
Yeah, Glepnir's miasma, we've I guess you would say determined or discovered. We've discovered that Glepnir's poison is an entirely different threat, distinct from the Binding Death. It's safe to assume there's no risk of infection.
グレープニルから直接に傷を受けない限りは、そこまで恐れる必要はありません。
So long as... what? So long as you do not sustain a direct injury from Glepnir, there's no need to fear.
もちろん、理屈ではそうなのだけれど、不安というものは、そう簡単に拭えるものではないわ。
Of course, that's reasonable, however, this sort of anxiety isn't so easily what, dispatched?
それに結局、集落を襲われたら、撃退できたとしても多大な犠牲が出ることは明白よ。毒気への対抗策がない以上、こちらからも手を出せないし。
And besides, what if the, it's obvious or it's apparent that if the village were to come under attack, there would be, even if we managed to repel Gleipnir, there would be heavy casualties. Without any countermeasures to this miasma, there's nothing we can
だ
do.
から、方針を決めあぐねてるんだけど、民の中には、各村は何をもたもたしてるんだって、勝手なことを言う人もいて、ああ腹立たしい。
This Teodasenai is like, we can't... I guess you would probably say, like, there's nothing we can do but wait, right? You know, like, they can't turn the tables and actually go fight the thing themselves. And that's why I'm having trouble deciding on a course of action. However, there are some people in, saying like, why is the what's the horned one dragging her feet for? Really, yeah, it's infuriating.
ごめんなさい。私の判断が遅いばかり。
Or it's like the horned ones, I guess you would probably say for that or something. I'm so sorry, it's my delay in judgment caused this. Okay, your options are saying like, hey, you don't need to try and do everything yourself, or could we get the spirits to help? You know, like, will the spirits help out? I'm picking that option.
そうなの。グレープニルの毒気が強すぎるせいか、精霊たちは取り乱しているようなのよ。本当は力を合わせて立ち向かいたいところなんだけど。
Yeah, that's right, perhaps because, or probably because Gleipnir's miasma is so powerful, the spirits are... that's not like agitated, it's like the spirits are in a state of unrest. But I would like their help to face this threat together, but...
第7零歳以降、精霊たちも力を失いかけているのです。まずは、私たち見への現術行で、できることをしていかなければ。
Oh, what, ever since the 7th Calamity, the spirits have been losing their strength? Have been weakening? Oh god, what is this? This term? Ah, Kinjutsu. Okay, so this is their actual, like, the term for these characters, right? That's like... So, okay. The term that they use for them is they've got this, like, genjutsu, which is, like, magic slash witchcraft slash... I get what they mean, but I don't have a good term for it in English, because, all of the English terms for magic are coming from completely different sources than the Eastern terms for, like, magic and stuff, leading to weird misunderstandings and a lack of clarity. I don't know, it's like the 3 grand. I don't know, maybe you just go with Magi. Like the 3 grand Magi. I guess, maybe. Fuck it. Sorcerers, maybe. These are all... It's all fucked. It's all fucked. I have no idea what they call them. Oh, Seed Seer? What the fuck is a Seed Seer? What the fuck is a 12's Wood? The elementals cry out for succor as loudly as the people do. I know you feel, Kane. Gleipnir poses a threat to all life in the 12's Wood. Like... You know... Hang on. Let me find it. There's a thing I need to find to bring up here. There's a thing I need to find. So this is some Fire Emblem shit. I'm not gonna go over the whole thing, but also the, like, the quote-unquote literal translated gloss here is wrong, by the way. But, like, look at the official localization side for this. Like, so you are alive. Somehow I knew it wasn't over yet. Of course it wasn't over. You were a boy trying to live up to the memory of the greatest swordsman in history. And yet I was the one who walked out of the castle that day. Like, look at the English is terrible. It's terrible. Like, if this was, like, let's imagine for a second, right? Let's imagine for a second that you were reading a story and it was just this, right? You didn't know that it was translated at all. It wasn't translated. This was just original writing. This is bad. This is just bad. Like, this is really bad fantasy writing. It is low quality. As such, if somebody's like, oh man, I really loved this. Oh, you're telling me that the original wasn't like that? Well, I like this one better. They've just got bad taste. They like bad things. Like, you're free to like whatever it is that you like, but if somebody is, like, really into this, they're not going to like the original Japanese, because the original Japanese is good. And so similarly, if somebody was like a super big fan of En Gridania, and they like all of this stuff where it's like the elementals cry out for succor as loudly as the people do, this I know you feel. If somebody was like reading this and going, damn, they're spitting, wow, this is so amazing, of course they're not going to be open to hearing about the actual story, because they got bad taste. It's bad. It's not good. So, like, it does reach a point where if you have stuff that's this much of a rewrite, it doesn't matter what you say. Like, if you showed them the better original version, they're not going to like it. Because if it was good, they wouldn't like it in the first place. Like, to throw it back onto myself here, actually, to make it, like, to give you an example for me that I know I'm wrong on. This is something that I am 100% aware that I'm incorrect for. I prefer Diablo 4 to Path of Exile. And that is because I don't like action RPGs. The things that are good about Path of Exile 2, that everybody says like, oh man, it's so much better because it's got all of these things, those things are things I don't like. The things about Diablo 4 that people don't like are the things that I like. I like that it's slow. I like that there's not a shit ton of build variety. I like that you just kind of pick up items and run with like a couple of moves for a little while, so you're constantly like switching between stuff and things like that. I like that the moves just feel good to use. I like having builders and spenders for moves and shit like that. I am aware that Path of Exile 2 is the better game for people who like action RPGs, and that as an action RPG, Diablo 4 is not very good. And so, it doesn't matter if you try and get me to like, if you try and show me other action RPGs that are better, I'm not going to like those because I don't like it to begin with. My taste is such that the like actual good stuff in the genre is things I don't like. And so, there's no reasoning with me. I am fully aware that that puts me in the wrong. But so similarly, it's like this. You have alerted the Horde. There are no consequences, you will be banned. Yes. But see, I feel like that's a good example, actually, for what I'm trying to get across here. Which is that if you showed them the original with, like, a good translation, or like, yeah, this is, like, an interesting, mature, very thorough and emotionally in-depth story with competently written characters and consistent themes, they're not gonna like that because they just want to go, he who I see big old-fashioned word, me think that good. Like, they would look at the fucking... they would look at the man shrieks, die in his throat as his body is racked by violent convulsions. He then falls still and quiet as if his breath was snatched from his chest. They're just gonna like that better. No matter what you do. It's massively inaccurate. It's like hack amateur purple prose garbage, but that's what they're here for. Yeah, like, so for example here, for this line they say, their strength has waned since the calamity, and I'm reluctant to impose upon them. Oh no, I was just reading over this thing. Nay, as seed-seers, it is our duty to first expend every option available to us, and spare them further distress. What she actually said was, of course, since the 7th calamity, the spirits have begun to weaken. We, the, like, 3 Magi, must do what is in our power first. That's not necessarily saying, like, they're not just, like, spelling it out for you. They're not putting in multi-layer of, like, ooh, I don't want to impose. I hate to be a bother. And that's enough English. If Gleipnir can be defeated, the spirits should be at ease again as well. So then, what are you planning to do for the time being?
私は集落の人々に声をかけてみることといたします。
So
絶望に屈す
Okay, we're gonna talk to the people of the village.
強さを伝えたいのです。
I want to. It's like I guess you would probably say like inspire them to, you know, that we must all continue to fight without succumbing to despair.
赤心の前に道は開ける、姉様のモットーだったわね。姉様がそう感じたなら、きっとうまくいく。
Yeah, a path. What the path opens before, like one with a sincere heart. I don't know, you might even just say, like, sincerity opens the way. Yeah, I think I would probably go with that. Like, sincerity opens the way. That was always your motto, wasn't it? If that's how you feel, I'm sure things will go well.
アルンとも連絡を取って、少しでも精霊を鎮める方法がないか探ってみるわ。きっと精霊の力が必要になる時が来るはずだから。
Okay, I'll go speak with, Alrun and see if there's any way to, calm down the spirits. We'll definitely need, we will need their help eventually.
ありがとう。あなたたちを本当に心強く思います。
Thank you. I appreciate it so much.
あなたも一緒に来てもらえませんか？歴戦の英雄が偽神獣討伐に乗り出していると知れば、民の子。
Okay, this is pretty much the same quest that we've seen in the other role quests. He's saying like, oh, if the hero, you know, is here, people will be at ease. Okay, he's gonna go talk to the revenants, whatever, about any sightings of Glepnir, and we'll meet back up. Let's go interview 3 people. 0 out of 3. Show me 0 out of 3. Okay, right after this.
集落の様子を見回るにあたって、私、自らが魔物を相手取るような真似をしてしまっては、すみませんが。
Okay, okay. Yeah. They're doing the same thing they did for the other ones. While I'm going with you, I'm not gonna be able to fight monsters. It's gonna 0 out of 3. Let's go. My favorite fucking quest.
つまり、各村は俺たち普通のヒューラン族とは違う。きっと獣に襲われて怪我をしても平気なんだ。だから対処が遅いんだよ。
Yeah, I'm just gonna go with Magi for this. Like, the Magi, the horned ones are different from us normal or ordinary Hyur. Yeah, I'm sure even if they were attacked by, like, the beast and injured, they'd be fine. That's probably why they're so slow to act.
命を預けるなんてバカのすることだ。もうグリダニアは捨ててよその国に行こうぜ。
Yeah, we'd be fools to trust our lives to them. Let's leave Gridania and go to another nation.
あ、カヌエ様？今の話はその。
Oh, Kayasena, that what we were just talking about was
事態の収集に手間取っているのは事実です。私の至らなさがあなた、方を不安にさせてしまっており、本当に申し訳なく思います。
It's true that resolving resolving the situation is taking longer than we anticipated. Yeah, it is my own fault that... I don't know, you would either say you might just say you feel this way. But it's my fault that you feel this way, and I deeply apologize.
どうか。
わかりました。俺だって本当は生まれ育った国を捨てたくはありま
I
せん。
accidentally skipped that line.
少し様子を見てみます。もう少しだけ。
Yeah, but please, could you, place your trust in me for just a little while longer? I promise you will bring back the peaceful forest that we all know and love so dearly. I understand I don't want to abandon the country where I was born and raised. And we'll watch and, like, we'll see how things go for just a little while longer.
「森に出没してる獣に襲われて怪我してしまったら絶対助からないって本当なの？それでもう何人も死んでるって。
Yeah, is it true that if you get attacked by that beast prowling the forest, there's no help for you, there's no hope for you? I've heard so many, yeah, like, I heard like many people have already died.
恐れていても何も解決はしません。私たちが必ず治療法を見つけます。あなた方はそれを信じていてください。
What fear won't solve anything. We'll find a cure. Please. What, have faith in that.
そうね、カヌエ様も危険を冒してるんだもの。安全なところに隠れてる私たちが騒いでも仕方ないわ。無事に事態が収束するよう祈っております。
Yeah, that's right. Kanai-san, you're putting yourself at risk for our sakes. No, it's no good for us to panic like this while we're hid away safe. I'll be... Well, I'm praying that, you know, this all comes to an end safely.
ありがとうございます。その祈り、決して無駄にはしません。
Thank you, I won't let that prayer go to waste.
森の奥で大きな角を持つ恐ろしい獣を見かけたんです。集落までやってくるのも時間の問題でしょう。そうしたらみんな殺されてしまうかもしれません。
Yeah, deep in the forest, I saw a terrifying beast with massive horns. It's only a matter of time before it reaches the village. And when it does, it might just kill everyone.
いいえ、そのようなことにはなりません。グレープニルは私たちが倒します。だから、絶望に飲まれず、気を強く持ってください。
Yeah, that won't happen. You might even go with, like, we won't let that happen. We will defeat Gleipnir, so... And please don't succumb to despair. I mean, I guess you could just say stay strong.
カヌエ様、あなたのお言葉なら信じましょう。どうか1日も早く森に静寂を取り戻してください。
Okay, yeah, Kanai-san,
必ず。
if it's coming from you, I believe it. Please bring peace back to the forest as soon as possible. And then she said, I will. Really, we will, for that Kanarazu.
カヌエ様、もうよろしいのです。
はい、これで動揺が収まってくれれば良いのですが、一刻も早く
Is that-
グレープニルを倒
Are you
さなき
finished?
ゃならないという時に、今はまだこの程度のことしかできません。
Yeah, I can only hope this helps calm things down. We must defeat Gleipnir as soon as possible. However, this is, well, all that we can do for now. Okay, so your options are... You know, it's important to not just listen to the spirits, but also the voices of the people. What, or you're saying, like, what we're doing isn't going to, solve things? I mean, I get what they mean, but I'm gonna go with the top option there.
ええ、私もそう信じております。これは回り道ではなく、必要なことなのだと。
Right, they're saying that, like, this... Both options really are saying, like, this is an important thing to do, even if it's not directly going to be the thing that fixes the problem. But I believe so too. This isn't a... Yeah, I mean, honestly, the MTL I'm kind of fine with. It's not a detour, it's a necessity.
森の奥にこもっていては、人々の不安は募るばかり。
Yeah. I really don't like any possible translation I can think of. I'm just gonna go with Magi, but I don't like it. Just let it be known I don't like it. As long as the Magi remain, like, what, secluded? Deep in the forest, the anxiety of the people will only grow.
護衛のあなたには負担をかけてしまいますが、今は外に出て偽真珠の対策に当たることを許してくださいね。
When I understand the trouble this will cause you as my, what, escort, however... But please allow me to go out and... What, deal with this false divine beast?
とんでもない。御身がそこにいらっしゃるからこそ、私は、あの地、カルテノーの地で、命を救われたのです。
Again, this is just kind of like... formalized speech. Right? She's saying, like... You know, sorry for putting you in this spot. Right? Or, like... putting this burden upon you. And he's going, no, of course not. You... But were there then and saved my life on... What, in Carteno? Carteno?
そういえば、私は子供の自分もよく修行の合間に幼馴染と共に抜け出して主から怒られていました。
What? Okay, come to think of it, when I was a child, or even when I was a child, I would slip away, during training with my... This is either childhood friend or childhood friends? I'm not sure. Probably, it's probably singular. And our teacher would be so angry with us.
一生治らない癖のようなものですね。
But I suppose this habit of mine will... Well, I guess this habit of mine has never gone away.
Kanue様、国境付近を警備している大使から知らせが少々、いえ、クソ面倒なことが生じているようです。
いや、クソ面倒。Okay, we've received a word from the soldiers guarding patrolling the border, a slight, or really a pretty damn big problem is showing up.
何事です？
偽真珠を恐れた者たちが東ザナラーンへと避難しようとしているそうです。
Okay, it appears as though those, what, afraid, in fear of the false divine beast, and you'd say, in fear of the divine beast, it appears that there are those who are attempting to cross the border and flee to eastern Thanaland.
どうやら鎖死病に感染すると信じきっていて、不安が限界に達している様子で。
Okay, apparently they're absolutely convinced that we're going to be infected with the binding death. And this, anxiety of theirs has reached a breaking point.
絶望から獣に転じる危険があるということですか？
This risk of them transforming is what you
誤っ
mean.
た情報が広まるのも避けたいところです。私が直接病に感染する危険はないと話し、不安を和らげるようにしましょう。
We need to prevent this misinformation from spreading as much as possible. I'll explain to them directly that there's no risk of infection in order to help attempt to, alleviate their anxiety.
恐れ入ります。ローアーパスで帰国隊の大使が応対し。
Okay, and that's just directions. Oh. For a second there, man, I really am, off. I thought that was in a completely different area. I thought it was doing the thing where it's like, oh, the quest marker is going to be over here, but no, it's just right on the border. Which is what they said. I just didn't think it would be that close. Oh shit, the first cutscene.
どうしてくれない？このまま黒ごもりに泊まっていたら鎖死病になっちまう。俺たちに死ねって言うのか？
And why won't you let us through? If we stay in the Black Shroud, we're going to get... we're gonna come down with the binding death. You just telling us to die? Is that it?
だから、それは誤解だと。今は、カヌエ様を筆頭に、原因の究明を優先している。ましてや、獣と鎖死病との関連性は、今も調査中なのだ。
Yeah, that's a misunderstanding where... Yeah, Kanesena is personally leading the effort in identifying... identifying the root cause. Or, the origin of this. What do you actually say for that? What do you actually say for that? I mean, I guess you would just say, an investigation is currently underway being led by Kanezana herself. Furthermore, the connection between this beast and the binding death are still pending investigation.
不正確な情報を他国にまで広めるわけにはいかない。どうか落ち着いてほしい。
And we cannot afford to have inaccurate or false information spread to other nations. He does say inaccurate. Or uncertain. And we cannot allow this inaccurate information to spread to other nations. Please, calm down.
不正確だって？何人も死んでるのは事実だろうが。
Inaccurate? Yeah, you know for a damn fact that people have died.
あなたのお気持ちはわかります。しかし、偽真珠の毒気は、鎖死病とは性質が異なります。直接怪我を負わされない限り、危険はないでしょう。
I understand how you feel, however, the miasma of the... It's not really necessarily... yeah, it is kind of miasma. But I mean, it's just like... It's not necessarily like the air, right? Never mind. I'm not going to say miasma, I'm just going to say toxin. I'm just going to say toxin. The falsifying beast toxin is of a different nature than the binding death. Unless you are directly injured, you're at no risk.
それじゃあ、やっぱり危険じゃねえか。あの化け物はもう、すぐそこまで来てるんだから、ここから離れた方が確実に安全だ。
Yeah, so we are in danger. Yeah, that monster is right at our doorstep. We'd definitely be safer, being anywhere but here.
なんだって？もしかして、あなた方はすでに偽真珠、グレープニルと遭遇を？
Wait, what? Have you encountered the falsifying beast, Gleipnir?
ああ、そうだよ。俺たちは森の奥で大きな角がある鎖模様の獣に襲われ、一目散に逃げてきたんだ。
Yeah, we were attacked deep in the forest by a beast with massive horns and that, chain pattern on its body, like in its fur, maybe. I don't really know what the thing looks like. It might be fur. We ran away as fast as we could, fled for our life.
俺たちは、そのグレーなんとかって獣と接触しちゃいない。だから、あんたたちにまで感染する心配はないぜ。
Oh, don't worry, we didn't run into that. We didn't come into contact with that, like, gure whatever thing or anything. There's no risk of us infecting you guys.
なあ、接触するって、具体的に、どういうことを指すんだ？
Hey, what counts as direct contact? You know, what exactly counts as... You might just say, what exactly counts as contact?
遭遇しただけでは問題ないと考えられています。ただし、角や爪で傷を負わされると、傷口から毒気が入るらしく、鎖死病に似た症状が現れるのです。
Yeah, just encountering it wouldn't pose any particular threat, or we don't believe that merely encountering it would pose a threat. I don't know, you might just say considered. Yeah. Simply encountering it is not considered to be an issue. However, if you were to be wounded by its horns or claws, the toxin can thereby enter said wound, causing symptoms similar to the binding death. Even just a scratch.
Kuso. だとしたら、もう手遅れってことなのか。さっきから体中が死ぬほど痛いんだ。
So, is it too late for me then? Yes, so is it just too late for me? For a while, Yeah, he's saying, like, it's just... You know, my whole body has just been hurting so much.
お前、それ、逃げるときに、木の根っこに足を引っ掛けて、転んでできた傷だって言ってたじゃねえか。まさか、あの獣にやられたのか？
Hey, you said you... Well, you got hurt from... Yeah, tripping over a branch while you were running away. Or while we were running away. Don't tell me it got you.
天かける風、力の根源へと我を導き、そう与えたまえ。
Yeah, we're given that, like, chant. Or, like, heavenly...
全然、買いかねえ。もっとだ、もっと頼む。
What, like... What heavenly wind? What lead unto me, the, like, what font of power? Deliver it unto me. He said, like, yeah, it's not working, please, more. More.
痛えよ。
It hurts, it hurts.
解毒の魔法が効かない。これは、やはり偽真珠の毒気。
Detoxification. Magic isn't working. It really is the... Yeah, false divine beast's toxin.
ダメです。絶望してはいけません。
Yeah, you can't fall to despair. You can't succumb to
死に
despair.
たくない。誰か、助けて。
Oh, yeah, I don't want to die. Somebody help me.
うがー。
Yeah!
危険です。下がって。
It's dangerous, fall back.
嘘だろ？まさか、俺の体も？
Oh, chain reaction. Ah, this... 俺の体も. I don't know. This is like... Like, no way, is that... You know, gonna happen to me too?
もう誰も信じねえ。何も信じられねえ。俺は死にたくねえぞ。
Yeah. Ah. It's hard to make this sort of exclamation work in English. It's very hard to make this sort of exclamation work in English. Because he is saying, like, you know, I can't trust anyone, I can't trust anything, I don't want to die.
"これが獣への転化。こうなってはもう元に戻す術は?"
They've transformed into beasts. Is there any way to turn them back?
やむを得ません。
Ah, that's... Ah, what do you do? I guess it's like, then we have no choice.
また、救うことができなかった。なんと、無力なのでしょ
We couldn't save them again. And you might say I feel so powerless.
私たちもあのようになってしまうんでしょうか。これから、一体、どうすれば。
Is that, are we going to end up like that too? What do we do?
ご覧になった通り、獣への転化は、襲われた傷が直接の原因ではなく、深い絶望にとらわれたことによって起こります。
Hey, look, notice she's using another, like, constraining, binding word here. 絶妙にとらわれて、とらわれた。As you can see, this transformation isn't caused by wounds inflicted by the beast, but rather by being trapped in the depths of despair.
グレープニルと毒気の問題は、私が必ず解決します。ですからあなた方は、何があっても絶望しないで、希望を持ち続けてください。
We will, or, yeah, I will. It's like, what, resolve this, the problem of Gleipnir and its toxin. So please, no matter what happens, do not despair. Keep holding on to hope.
わかりました。
どうやら、グレープニルは、もうこの周辺にはいないようです。どうか、このまま戻っていただけないでしょうか。
It seems like Gleipnir is no longer in the vicinity. Would you please return home?
はい。
この場は収まりましたが、根本的な問題は何も解決していません。
What that puts an end to. Or it's like, what, we've brought the situation under control, but we still haven't resolved the fundamental issue.
死への恐怖はこれからも人々の心に広まり続け、グレープニルに襲われずして獣に落ちる者が現れかねない。それほどまでに事態は逼迫していたのです。
Okay, the fear of death is will continue to spread, raising the possibility that there are those who will succumb to despair without ever having encountered Gleipnir. Situation is far more dire than we imagined.
精霊の声は私たちに獣を退治せよと
Or that's more like the situation has become incredibly dire.
犠牲者が増えるばかり。
Hey, look, it's like the voices of the spirits. Would demand that we eliminate the beast. However, if things continue in this way, there will only be more
こ
victims.
こはラヤオの言う通り、森の大精霊に語りかけ、その力を借りるしかありません。
It seems as though, like, as Dial said, the only option is to speak with, like, the great spirit of the forest and ask for its help.
私は対話に備え、身を清めに、不護船の座卓に向かいます。あなた方は、そうだと、統合司令部に戻り、私の準備が整うまで、待っていていただけますか？
It's like, what, to prepare for this audience? What, I need to, cleanse myself? At this place name? Okay. It's like cleanse, purify.
前回に続き、今回もまた犠牲者を出してしまいました。命を救うとはなんと難しいことか。
Okay, because before there have been casualties. It's so incredibly difficult to save lives.
我々は前に進まなければなりません。一刻も早くグレープニルの脅威に終止符を打たね。
Yeah, we have to keep pushing forward. We have to.
カヌエ様のご準備が整うまで今しばらく待機を。
We have to deal with Gripnir as soon as possible. Okay, and he's just asking us to wait. And I am asking you guys to wait while I go to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. And we're back. Huh? Wait a second, what? False horns? Oh, that could be a couple of different things. Hmm.
各地でグレープニルの被害者が増えているようです。幻術師ギルドが人員を派遣し対処に当たっていますが、未だ治療に成功したという話はありません。
Okay, I'm just gonna kind of paraphrase this real quick. There have been multiple sightings of Gleipnir in the Black Shroud. They've dispatched people to attempt to deal with things. Nope, there's been no successful treatments.
まだ体力がある負傷者も絶望から獣に転じてしまうそうで。
Yeah, because the symptoms brought on by this toxin are incurable, those who, like the injured who would still have like strength left in them, succumb to despair and transform into
さら
beasts.
にはその身内や縁者までも愛する人を失った絶望から獣となってしまい、今度は人が獣になる噂が広まっているとか。
Yeah, and furthermore, like the family and the family and relatives of those afflicted, like the family, relatives, loved ones of those who have passed away, or falling to despair and transforming as a result of losing their loved ones. So there's now the rumor spreading that when people are turning into
まさに
beasts.
悪循環。もはやカヌエ様が直接対話されたところで、人々の混乱は収まらないかもしれません。
Yeah, it's become a vicious cycle. But even if Kayasena were to address the people directly, it would likely not resolve the like the chaos. Okay, so your options are we need to take out Glepnir as soon as possible, or we could just find a way to deal with the toxin. I mean, that seems like the best option, right?
はい。現在カヌエ様が浄化の力を増すための手段として大精霊に助力を仰ぐべく対話の準備を進めてるのですが。
Okay, Kanesena is preparing to, like, for an audience, or I guess it's like audience, or to speak with the Great Spirits to enhance her ability to, what, purify these toxins, but...
英雄伝、大変です。グレープニルが出現したとの知らせが、すでに帰国隊が交戦中とのことです。
Terrible news, Glepnir has appeared. The Revenants are currently in battle.
グレープニルが暴れているのは、大精霊が宿る中央森林の長老の木付近。
Oh! Yeah, it's currently, what, running wild near the Elder Tree in the Central Forest, where the Great Spirit resides.
長老の木に何かあれば、大精霊との対話も不可能に。それだけは絶対に阻止しなければなりません。
If something happens to the Elder Tree, yeah, communication with the Great Spirit will become impossible. We must prevent that.
私は至急カヌエ様に知らせてまいりますので、スカンポの安息所で合流しましょう。
Okay, I'll inform Kanesena as swiftly as possible. We gotta go to the spot. Are they gonna... Wait a second, are we gonna kill the big tree? Because that would be kind of sick. Sylvanas be like... Was it Sylvanas who burned down the big-ass tree? Was it somebody else? I don't actually know my Warcraft lore, I'm a filthy tourist. I just know that somebody burned it down and it was considered very stupid.
周囲に損耗した装備が散乱している。グレープニルと戦った後だろうか？兵士たちの姿は見えないようだが。
It's like, what, there's battered... Or there's more like damaged equipment. Scattered around. No sign. Oh! Oh, hey, what's up, man? What happened here? Yeah, they're dead.
はなく、装備だけが見つかり、そこに獣が襲ってきたと。
Yeah, there's no sign of the revenants there. Only their equipment was left behind, and you were attacked by beasts.
相手であったとしても、帰国隊の精鋭が装備を捨てて逃げ出すはずはありません。つまり、
Even faced with Glepnir, what elite members of the elites among the revenants would not abandon their weapons and flee, so then...
皆、 グレープニルと交戦した際に手傷を負い、毒気に体を蝕まれてしまった。そして、その絶望から獣に、そういうことでしょ
う。All of them were wounded by Gleipnir. Their bodies were like plagued by its toxins and what then in their despair transformed into beasts. Became beasts.
それで、グレープニルは、どこに？まだ遠くには行っていないはず。
Yeah, where's Gleipnir? It can't have gotten far.
周辺一帯からよどんだ絶望の気配を感じます。迎撃にあたった帰国隊が全滅したとすると、周辺には相当な数の獣が出現しているのでしょ
う。Huh? It's like what I can sense. I can feel like what despair all around us, I guess, or like hanging overhead, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, if the Revenants set to intercept Gleipnir were wiped out or annihilated, then there must be a substantial number of beasts in the surrounding environment.
グレープニルとの決戦に備え、大精霊の助力を得ておきたかったのですが、さりとて危険な獣たちを放置しておくわけにも参りません。
When I intended to, or hoped to obtain the Great Spirit's assistance, but in handling Gleipnir, but we can't just leave these dangerous beasts roaming free.
ここは二手に分かれ、周囲の獣を探し討伐してから、長老の木の下で
Okay, we're splitting up. Defeating the beasts, being back up at the Elder Tree. Hell yes, 3 things. MMO gameplay will never not be funny. Click on thing, wait for bar to fill up, maybe something happens. Whoa. I didn't do like the real rotation because I thought it would just kind of die. Ooh. Another one. So I'm assuming that this is not going to go well, considering the name of the quest. Dude, I love randomly joining level 14 fates. Look at that thing go! I want that as a mount. Big tree. Big tree.
この周辺にはもう獣はいないようですね。
Seems as though there's no more beasts nearby.
痛ましいことですが、今は悲しみに浸ってもいられません。
As painful as it is, we cannot afford to... It's like drown in grief.
早速、森の
Or it's like give ourselves to grief, rather. But I will now... attempt to speak with the great spirit of the forest.
Ah,
Oh, damn.
カヌエ様、どうされたのですか？
Asana, what's happened?
どうやら大精霊は私たちの想像以上に偽真珠がもたらす脅威に怯えているようです。
Appears as though the great spirit is far more terrified of the threat the false divine beast posed. The threat posed by the false divine beast than we had thought.
呼びかけに応えるどころか、ただただ強く繰り返すばかりでした。異物を排除し、毒気の脅威を払うためには、まずは、
it's so interesting.
沈めなくては。
It's so interesting. The way that they describe the way that these spirits talk, it's like they're one massive organism. And it's like it's fucking immune system talking effectively. Especially considering the wording of Ibutsu Haijo Seo. Like, Ibutsu. It's like contaminant. You know, foreign substance. Foreign body. Yeah, but it didn't... But it would not hear me. It just repeated over and over again, strongly, eliminate the contaminant. So then, in order to deal with the threat of this toxin, we must first pacify the spirits.
そんなカヌエ様のお言葉も届かないだなんて。
If they won't even listen to you. It's here. Oh, yo! Those definitely look like chains. And its eyes are even closed.
これが黒イモリを害する偽真珠グレープニル。
And there's no doubt this is what false divine beast plaguing the Black Shroud Glepnir.
皆さん下がってください。
Everyone, get back.
グレープニルの狙いは長老の木？これ以上森を傷つけさせるわけには。
It's after the elder tree. And I can't let it harm the forest any further. I'm just not doing anything here.
角の先端から毒気が危険です。離れてください。
Yeah, toxins coming from the tip of its horn. This is dangerous. Get back.
やはり私の力では抑えきれない？
Yeah, what? I can't hold it back. Oh no, wait, it's just... Oh no, its eyes are open, but it's just, like, blind from the looks of things. Oh shit. Oh, I mean, that's not great timing. Luckily, it's going to stand around for long enough for us to deal with it.
我々、各村は、名役によって精霊より祝福を賜りし存在。この大地に生まれし時より、自然と人々の架け橋となる責務を担っています。
Yeah, but we, the horned ones, have received blessings from the spirits through a pact. But since the moment we were born upon this earth, you know, upon this land, you might say, we bear the duty of serving as intermediaries, or serving as a bridge between mankind and nature.
特に秀でた者は、現実光の位につき、森とグリダニアを導いていくことになります。
What, those who truly excel are given the title of Magi and lead the city of the forest, Gridania.
お二人のうちのどちらかが、いえ、お二人揃って現実光になれるよう願っております。
I hope that one of you, no, that both of you can one day become Magi.
"私、現実光になんかなりたくない。各村にだってなりたくてなったわけじゃないもん。
I don't want to be a Magi or anything. No, I didn't. It's not like I wanted to be, a horned one.
普通に生まれて、みんなと一緒に年を取りたかった。こんなへんてこな角、大嫌い。
I just wanted to be born normal and... Yeah, did you just say, like, grow old? Just like everyone else? I hate these weird horns.
僕はこの角を気に入っているよ。確かに自分で望んだわけじゃないけれど、どう生まれるかなんて誰だって選べないんだ。
Yeah, I like these horns. No, it's true, I didn't ask for them, but nobody gets to choose how they're born.
祝福という特別な贈り物を授かった以上、僕はそれを人々のために役立てたいと思っている。だから君も一緒に現実光を目指そうよ、カヌエ。
Oh, damn! Oh, shit! I mean, they were setting this up with the childhood friend name drop. This is substantially larger stakes than the other quest lines. Ah, that makes the whole, like... that makes the quest name even harder. It's like, since I've got this blessing, I want to use it to help others. Let's both try and become Magi together. Kanoe.
特別な贈り物。そんな風に考えたことはなかったわ。
Special. No, yeah, it should be gift. It should be gift for both, like, like we've been blessed with this gift. I want to use it to help other people. A gift. I never thought of it like that. Uh-oh.
Kanu,
She's been out cold for long enough that brain damage has started to set in. Like, if you're out for that long, like, it's bad. Her IQ just dropped like 20 points, and it's still going down.
よかった。気を失われているだけのようです。体を強く打ちつけてはいるものの、裂傷はありません。毒気の影響もなさそうですが。
Thank goodness she's just lost consciousness. That was a very hard impact, but she has no lacerations. It doesn't look like the toxin has taken any effect.
私はカヌエ様をグリダニアにお連れしたいと思います。
Yeah, we can't let anything happen. I'm going to take Anezana back to Gridania.
一度、そうだと。
Oh shit, they actually just brought me back with them. Thank you, very kind.
グレープニルの迎撃、ひとまずはお疲れ様でした。カヌエ様は現在スミアン様の下で治療を受けておられます。
Thank you for your help in intercepting Glefnir. Kanazina is currently undergoing treatment from, what, Simeon?
すでに意識は戻られたそうですが、面会は謝絶とのこと。今は御身が回復なさるのを待つしかありません。
Okay, I understand that she has regained consciousness, but visitors are not currently permitted. All we can do is wait for her to recover. Yeah, I'll be waiting for like 5 seconds.
私は自分が情けない。グレープニルを前にしながら何もできなかった。
And I'm so ashamed in myself. Glefnir was right there in front of me and I couldn't do anything.
己の身を盾にしてカヌエ様を守ることさえできず、こうして自分が無事でいるなどと護衛失格だ。
And I couldn't even, use my own body as a shield to protect her. Yet here I am, safe and well. I'm a failure of a guard. Scored. Yeah, I mean, it's your options here are basically both saying like, dumbass, don't die. Bottom option was just like, so long as you're alive, there's lives that you can save.
きっとこれまでに幾度もこのような歯がゆい思いを経験してきたのでしょう。
Hero, you really are strong. I'm sure you must have experienced this, horrible frustration time and time again.
お言葉、感謝いたします。私はまた同じ過ちを繰り返すところでした。
Thank you. For your kind words, I was about to make the same mistake again. Oh?
これは、失礼しました。少し長くなってしまうかもしれませんが、私の過去についてお話しさせていただけませんか？
And my apologies, and this might take a while. Would you mind if I told you about my past? He just launches into it. He did not
私は
ask for permission at all.
州の出身です。
I was gonna say yeah, but
宣言では帝国兵としてエオルゼア同盟軍と矛を交えました。
oh damn. I kind of thought he would be from like Limsa or something. Yeah, I'm from a province of the Garlemald Empire. Yeah, in the Cardinal Plains, Yeah, it's like what I fought. And he does say, like, I crossed swords. With the Eorzean Alliance as a Imperial soldier.
において兵の命はただの数に過ぎません。兜で顔を覆えば互いの子は意識されず、殺す相手の名を知ることすらなく、ただ戦うのみ。
Yeah, on the battlefield, a soldier's life is nothing more than just a number. It's like, what, with your face covered in a helmet? When you don't even see each other as individuals. All you do is fight, never knowing the names. What of the people you kill?
そして、すべてが決着した時には、私も戦場に転がる名もなき屍の一つになっていたはずでした。
And at the end of it all, what ought to have been just another one of those nameless corpses littering the battlefield.
しかし、そうはならなかった。傷ついた私を、敵だった帝国兵の私を、カヌエ様が救ってくださったからです。
Hey, man, it's really weird how they keep, like, bringing this up as a plot point. I thought that you were supposed to hate every single Imperial soldier and everybody in the Garlemald Empire and completely and utterly dehumanize them. Yeah, but that didn't happen. Kanesena saved me when... Yeah, it saved me. A wounded enemy soldier.
そればかりか、怪我の癒えた私を、来たりし友として、迎え入れさえしてくれました。まるで矛を交えたことなど、なかったかのように。
ああ、来たりした。来たりし友? Ah, that's really hard. I don't want to just say friend, because there is a bit of extra nuance there. Ah, there's nuance, there's nuance. I kind of want to look at this in the English, because there's no way, right? They're going to do some bullshit to further dehumanize this guy. They're going to. 100%. I don't know. So... one second. Let me see if I can figure out how this... like, what you would do for this phrase. Let me see if there's like a dictionary example or something. Ah, Kitarishi-tomo. I think I'm probably putting a little bit too much emphasis on it. You would just have to kind of like rework the context around it. It's like, yeah, not only that they once I recovered, they welcomed me. I don't know, you might say they welcomed me. Like, said I was home. You know, as a friend. And like we had never, you know, crossed swords at all, or you might go with like we had never been enemies at all.
命を奪うために戦うのではなく、命を救うために戦う。その志に感銘を受けた私は、拾っていただいたこの命をカヌエ様のために使おうと誓ったのです。
Yeah, to fight, not to take lives, but to save them. And I was so deeply moved by that. What, resolve? Probably? I swore I would dedicate the life that she had... what that Kane-sama had given me in service to her.
その志が意味するところを危うく忘れるところでした。もう二度と己の命を軽んじるような真似はいたしません。次こそは必ず皆を守り、グレープニルを討伐しましょ
う。I almost forgot the meaning of that. Yeah, what, like the meaning of that resolve? I won't treat my life so lightly. I'll keep everyone safe and defeat Gleipnir. Okay, I wanna look at this. Oh, this is like kind of long. This is kind of long, but we are running like ahead of schedule. Holy shit, they added in so much bullshit. I can just tell already. You truly are the hero of whom the bards sing, aren't you? You've suffered terrible trials, yet you stand tall and resolute. Thank you for your counsels, how close I came to forgetting the lessons of my past. I've spoken of it to few, truth be told, it brings me shame to recall it. Why would it bring him shame? I fought at Cartano not as a soldier of the Eorzean Alliance, but as a conscript in the Garlean Imperial Army. Clad in armor and magitech, another drop in a sea of pitiless metal. You grow numb to the violence and the killing out of necessity. It becomes routine. Work to earn your next meal. Wow, go fuck yourself. Genuinely go fuck yourself. Whoever wrote this, fuck you. Like, where is your fucking humanity? The Japanese story was like a pretty beautiful, nuanced statement on like war and violence. He was talking about everybody. He's saying like as a soldier, like once you put that helmet on, you just, on the battlefield, soldiers are just numbers. You put on that helmet, you don't even know You know, you lose your identity. You don't even know the names of the people you're killing. But then the moon shattered and the dragon emerged, and when the dust had settled, I was another body clinging to life amongst the fallen. I remember staring at the burning sun above, growing weaker, wondering if the heat or an Eorzean's blade would finish the job. This is just awful. But it wasn't death that came, but salvation. I was delivered from my well-earned fate by the Elder Seedseer. She deigned to save a man who had once bared steel against her people. There it fucking is. Well-earned fate. Genuinely go fuck yourself. What is wrong with you? I don't understand how you can write this sort of, like, vile bullshit. And you're adding in all the purple, the moon shattered, and the dragon emerged. And you don't have a single shred of human fucking empathy. But her kindness didn't end there. Once my wounds had healed, she welcomed me with open arms. Never did she regard me with distrust, nor did she ever make me feel obliged to repay my debt. Where's the line about being a friend? Like, that was the most powerful thing there? That was the most important thing there? It's not... like, oh, welcomed with open arms. Never did she regard me with distrust, nor did she ever make me feel obliged to repay my debt. His point was saying that both Kana Senna and the people of Gridania welcomed him as a friend. As one of them. Someone who had been away and was now home. She fought not to take life, but to safeguard it. Through our friendship, I came to see the wisdom in that distinction, and pledged my remaining years to her service. 'Twould have accomplished nothing to throw myself against Gleipnir in vain, and even if there was profit to be found in the sacrifice, she would not abide it. Your words serve to remind me of this. We will defeat the blasphemy, aye, but we will do so without forsaking that which we hold dear. This I swear. It's just such irredeemable dog shit. Like... you know what this is? This is like the old school obnoxious nerd version of modern therapy speak. Oh shit. There's a frog member I can't be seen out of uniform. But it's like the middle-aged nerd version of therapy speak, or something like that, right? Wherein characters just go off in monologue in exacting terms, like intellectualizing their own emotional responses to things. But, like, you really had this dude say well-deserved fate. And you also got rid of the actual statement that he made about, like, soldiers. You completely got rid of the line wherein he said, like, you know, the point is that he said, like, she healed me, an enemy, and then in the next line says that they welcomed him as a friend. Like, that's the important part. It's not about, like, ooh, Garlemald was so entirely irredeemable. The point was that in the Japanese, he dehumanizes himself in the sense of saying that, like, on the battlefield, soldiers, all of us, we're just expendable. We're numbers. You put on a helmet, you're a faceless body in the crowd. And I would have been just another one of those nameless corpses if Kane-senna hadn't have looked at me, her enemy, and welcomed me home to Gridania as a friend. Why in the fuck would somebody recounting that go through the thing of saying, like, the moon shattered, the dragon emerged, clinging to life amongst the fallen, staring at the burning sun, wondering if the heat or an Eorzean's blade would finish the job? It's all just bullshit. Why would he do that? He was setting up the whole thing to be minimizing himself, to describing himself as just another faceless body. And he's like, I should have been just another one of those nameless corpses littering the battlefield. He doesn't give his, like, recounting of his struggle and blah, blah, blah. That's not the important part. He's describing Kane-senna, giving him purpose and treating him like an individual. This is like, what, the proof of the pact?
英雄伝、カヌエ様との面会許可が下りました。早速、広志老樹瞑想窟へ向かいましょう。
Yeah, Exio, like, that's the thing that bad writers do a lot, is they have characters go on these ridiculously long monologues that just sound overly rehearsed. And the thing is that it's not like what he was saying in the Japanese sounded like it was off the cuff or anything. But he's not embellishing. It doesn't sound like he's... When you add in that much unnecessary fluff, it makes it sound insincere. That's the thing that these people don't seem to understand. Dragging things out with simile and metaphor and, you know, all this ham-fisted, pseudo-poetic bullshit, all it does is dilute the actual message. There's a time and a place for grandiose shit, but there's a time and a place for it. You can't have every single line be 5 ham-fisted, awkward metaphors. Because, like, okay, I don't want to go back to it again. The thing that's probably the most egregious here is the I remember staring at the burning sun above, growing weaker, wondering if the heat or an Eorzean's blade would finish the job. Let's compare that directly to the Japanese. What he actually said that there was, and when it was all over, I too ought to have been just another one of those nameless corpses littering the battlefield. Why would he even think that an Eorzean would be, like, coming around to execute the Fallen? They're describing the aftermath of an abject calamity in which all sides were thoroughly destroyed. The picture that he's painting is one of, like, quiet carnage, of just death in a in the aftermath of a battle, just the nameless, faceless numbers of soldiers just lying in heaps. That's so much more powerful of a statement. I feel like, you know, like I'm trying to explain why, but it really should be apparent.
Kanue-sama, もうよろしいのですか?
Kane, Senna, whatever, are you
はい、
okay?
ご心配をおかけしましたが、改めて皆様と行動を共にさせてください。
It's my apologies for the trouble. The trouble I caused you. I'd like to help once more.
いいえ、それはいけません。他者との面会が可能になったとはいえ、あなたはまだ無理をできる状態ではありませんよ。
No, you can't. What, you can meet with others now, but you're... What, you can't push yourself? Not in your
な
condition?
ぜです？
Why?
森の大精霊と対話を試みた際に、激しい拒絶にあったと聞いています。
What, I heard that when you attempted to communicate with the great spirit of the forest, you were fiercely rejected?
純粋なエーテルに近い存在。その強気負の感情を身に受ければ、肉体のエーテルに悪しき影響が及ぶことは、あなたもご存知のはず。
Yeah, the great spirit is... What, a being close to pure ether. I'm sure you must be aware. What, if you were to be exposed to, what, a being such as that's intensely, negative emotions, you could have harmful effects on the ether within your own body. Adverse effects.
しかし、グレープニルがすぐに行動を再開しない保証はどこにもありません。
But we have no guarantee that Gurepnia won't show up again
各
soon.
地で獣に転じる者が増えているとも聞いています。人と精霊との架け橋たる私が何もせずここに閉じこもっているわけには。
I've also heard that there's more and more people transforming into beasts. As the bridge between humanity and the spirits, I can't just stay here and do nothing.
架け橋であればこそ、万全であらねばならぬのです。橋がきしみを上げて、揺れ動くようでは、心穏やかに、その上を歩むことなどできないはず。
Hey, look, we're actually doing this for once. Remember what I was saying about, like, ham-fisted metaphor? It's because you serve as that bridge that you must be. Ah, this Bunzen. I don't know, you might say sturdy? Yeah, one can hardly, walk with peace of mind over a bridge that, creaks and sways. Hey, look, they actually did that. Let's see, do they do the bridge? Do they do the bridge thing in the English here? They don't. They don't. Of course, when the Japanese does something like this, they just remove it. Of course they do. Of course they fucking do. The English here is, how am I to carry out my duties cloistered here? How am I to deliver the forest and its people from this despair? 'Tis your duties that demand you remain. I understand your frustration, but if you were to fall in battle, if your guiding light you bear were to fade, then all Gridania would be lost. They do guiding light instead of the much more elegant and much more meaningful bridge metaphor. Guiding light is just so ridiculously vague, whereas the bridge between humanity and the spirits both puts them in a subservient, puts them in a servant role. And also, actually describes what it is that they do.
なればこそ、今は無理を通さず、皆を信じて休むことです。
And so you must not push yourself. Instead, trust in those around you and rest.
わかりました。
I understand.
闇雲に前線に出る前に、今はここでしっかりと対策を練ることにします。
Instead of blindly rushing to the, or recklessly rushing to the front lines, I'll stay here and try to think of a solution to this. I'll think of strategy, kind of.
グレープニルと直接対峙し、あの毒気を浄化するには、大精霊の力が必要不可欠だということを再認識いたしました。
I see now more than ever that the power of the Great Spirit is an absolute necessity to deal with Gleipnir and its toxin.
私たちは第7霊祭の危機に際して大精霊の力を借りて天地を貫く防御結界、国結界を張ることで刻イモリを災いの炎から守りました。
Oh jeez, what the hell what are these terms, man? When faced with the sudden calamity, we called upon the power of the Great Spirit to create a defensive barrier, spanning upwards to the sky. I don't know what you would call this. I'm not gonna try right now. Oh, let me bookmark this one and think about it later. Yep, shielding the Black Shroud. God, I swear I can't talk today. From, the flames of the calamity.
治癒魔法では浄化しきれぬ毒気も大精霊の力を賜ることができれば抗うことも可能でしょう。
Even faced with this toxin that human healing magic cannot cleanse, one ought to be able to fight if given the, protection of the Great Spirit?
つまり次にすべきは、森の大精霊との対話を成功させるために、精霊の心の鎮静に注力することだと考えているのです。
Okay. I believe our next step is to focus our attention towards pacifying, calming the spirits of the forest so that we can successfully communicate with the Great Spirit. Yeah, okay. Oh, this is probably like a white mage class thing that I don't remember. It's like you're name dropping like a pacification ritual or something. I'm just gonna name drop it.
あなたはアトワ様の思いを継いだ白魔同士としてラヤオやアルンと共に長老の木の大精霊を鎮めたことがあったのでしたね。
Yes, I definitely remember doing that. I wasn't skipping the cutscenes. Yeah, as a white mage who carried on, I should probably like not even be really reading these lines. I probably shouldn't have picked this option. You, what, helped Diao and Aurun in calming the spirit of the Elder Tree?
大精霊が荒ぶるあまり外敵を排除するため森が魔物をけしかけてきていましたが、今回は全く逆で外敵との接触すら恐れているようです。
Okay, the Great Spirit was what's so like, was it such a frenzy that the forest had like incited monsters to drive out the foreign invaders? However, this time is the exact opposite. It's entirely terrified of these, this foreign invader.
まずは警戒心を解いてみてはどうでしょうか。例えば我々は偽真珠とは違う、安心して心を開いてほしいというようなやり方です。
Okay, so why don't we try lowering? It's like lowering our guard or getting it to lower its guard. If we can convey that we are not the false divine beast, then perhaps it can feel safe around us.
問題はグレープニルの動きですね。あの時、奴は大精霊が宿る長老の木を狙うかのような動きを見せていました。
And the problem then is Gleipnir. It seemed as though it was targeting the Elder Tree, where the Great Spirit resides.
考えていました。偽真珠の行動は生前の人格や記憶に影響を受けている可能性がある。ラザハンの報告書にはそのような。
Oh, we haven't been able to tell her about it yet. Okay, I've been thinking about the reason for that as well. Behavior of false divine beasts is influenced by their personality, memories, and life. That's what the report from Razal said.
人物に大精霊を狙う何らかの動機があったのやもしれません。問題は転じたものの身元が明らかになっていないことですが。
Okay, in other words, the individual who transformed into Gleipnir might have some reason for targeting the Great Spirit. However, the problem is that the identity of the person who underwent this transformation has not been established.
超える力でグレープニルの過去を見たのですか？しかも子供の頃の私と一緒にいたと。
You saw Gleipnir's past through transcendence and that person was with me when I was a child.
カヌエ様と共に私の下で修行をしていた各村の少年。ああ、なんということでしょ
Yeah, a young, horned boy training alongside Kane-senna under my guidance. No, it couldn't be.
エアスラスピン。まさか彼がグレープニルに？
Easraspin. He's Glevne.
う。どうやらお二人にとって旧知の間柄のご様子。どのような方だったのでしょうか。
It appears the two of you were, what, old friends? What sort of person was he?
エアスラは私と同じく各村として生まれたもの。それゆえ物心つく前に親元から離され、死の元で修行を受けておりました。
Yasura was born as a, what, horned one just like me, and as such was... Yeah, it's like was taken from his parents as a... You would probably say like as an infant. I don't know. They're using the term of like before you can remember things. To be trained under a master.
宿命を受け入れ、森と民の役に立とうとするエアスラに比べて、私はあまり良い各村ではありませんでした。
Compared to Aelsara, what who accepted his fate, his what destiny at a young age, and what it's like what strove to serve the forest and its people. I don't know, you might just say model student.
あなたは名門千那家の生まれでありながら、いつも修行に身が入らず、上の空で。
What, that's right, despite being born into like the prestigious Senna family, you... What, never really tried during training, you were always so absent-minded.
私の目を盗んでは、この広し老寺瞑想窟を勝手に抜け出して森に遊びに行っていましたね。
Yeah, what, But occasionally you would slip away from my... It's like slip away behind my back. Yeah, out of the cave and go out on your own to play in the forest.
カヌエ様にそのような頃があったなんて信じられません。
Yeah, it's hard to believe that Kanoe was ever like that.
あの頃の私には、各村たる自覚もなく、なぜ町で皆と暮らせないのかと嘆いてばかりおりました。
And back then, this is like what I didn't know what it meant to be a horned one. And I was just so upset that I couldn't, live alongside everyone else in the city.
励まし、支えてくれたのがエアスラでした。彼のおかげで、私は自分の宿命と向き合い、各村として生きる決意を固めることができたのです。
Yeah, it was Aelsara was there to support and encourage me. You know, it's what, thanks to him, I was able to... It's like face and accept my destiny.
しかし、ある日、死の言いつけで薬草を取りに出かけた時のことでした。
It's like... It was like, what, face the... Come to terms with my destiny and live as... Horned One. There's gotta be a better term for it, but they do like, what, Agile or something like that? I don't fucking know what that even is. Yeah, but then one day, well... What, out gathering herbs as what Master instructed.
森の中で異国より来たと語る巡礼者と出会いました。その者は、身重の妻のために大精霊に祈りを捧げたく、長老の木まで案内してもらえないか、と頼んできました。
Oh, in the forest we met a, pilgrim, who said that he came from a foreign land. He asked if we could guide him to the Elder Tree. He wished to, pray to the Great Spirit for the sake of his pregnant wife.
ですが、他の地はみだりに立ち入っていい場所ではありません。その者の言葉がどうにも信用できなかったこともあり、私は断りました。
Yeah, but you cannot, enter that place without... It's like, what, without permission? Midarini is more like... It's like, what, that's not a place that someone can simply go unannounced? And partly because I could not trust what he said, I refused.
ところが、エアスラが困っている人を見捨てられないと案内役を買って出たのです。私はすぐに死を呼び、共に後を追うことにしました。
But Easura, unable to abandon someone in need, offered to guide him. I immediately went and, called for my master, and we followed them.
長老の木で目にした光景は忘れられません。大精霊の怒りを受け、息絶えた巡礼の男、その隣で混沌するエアスラの姿。
Yeah, I'll never forget what I saw in front of the Elder Tree that day. Yeah, like, the pilgrim... lying dead from the wrath of the Great Spirit. And beside him, it's like collapsed Easura.
後に意識を取り戻したエアスラから聞いた話では、男は長老の木に祈りを捧げるどころか、その枝を手に入れようと企む、よこしまな冒険者だったそうです。
From what I heard from Easura after he regained consciousness, the man was it's like, was a... He's just like, wicked adventurer who was not there to offer prayers to the Elder Tree, but was secretly plotting to attempt to obtain its branches.
その前世を信じるあまり、男の心中に潜む邪悪な声を聞くことができなかったのです。しかし、後悔しても遅すぎました。
Easura, believed so deeply in the, goodness of others. It's like the goodness of man, maybe. That he failed to hear the, voice of... Or it's like failed to hear the evil within that man's heart.
使いなす者を連れてきたエアスラは、大精霊より罰を受け、祝福の証たる角を奪われてしまったのです。そんな彼を、私は破門せざるを得ませんでした。
Okay, okay. Understood. I needed to see this next line to understand what you would do for this. It's like it was far too late to apologize, maybe? For this Kolkai. It's like, what? Ezra brought a, intruder? Before the Elder Tree and was, punished by the Great Spirit and... his horns, the symbol of the blessing, were taken from him? I had no choice but to excommunicate him. That's like, it's like cast out, maybe.
あれから随分と時が経ちましたが、それでも彼は国威森に泊まっていたのでしょうか。
Quite a long time has passed since then. Did he really stay in the Black Shroud all this time?
彼は人一倍の努力家で、将来必ず現実行となり、森と民の将来を担うんだ、という責任感にあふれていました。
Okay, he was... It's like he always worked so hard and driven by the responsibility that he would one day become a, Magi and... what do you say? It's like, shoulder... I guess I'm just gonna say shoulder the burdens of the forest and its people.
未来が閉ざされた後も、きっと影から森を見続けていたに違いありません。
Yeah, even after that future was closed off from him, I'm sure he must have kept him, watching over the forest from the shadows.
ですが、最近になって彼の身に何かが起こり、グレープニルに転じてしまった。
But so then, something happened to him and he transformed into Glepnir.
そういえば、エアスラが罰を受けた時は、大精霊の心を鎮めるために、モーグリ族の協力を仰いだのでした。
Oh shit, it's Moogle time. Come to think of it, when Easura was punished, we asked the, Moogles for help to pacify the Great Spirit.
モーグリ族は、人よりも古くから森に住んでいます。彼らの知恵を借りてはどうでしょうか。
And the Moogles have lived in this forest much longer than humans. Why not seek out their help?
それは良い考えです。
That's a wonderful idea.
彼らには、ウバラの森で会えるでしょう。森の危機ですから、きっと皆が協力してくれるはずです。ここを動けない私に代わり、言ってくれませんか?
Okay. You can find them in the Thorned Forest. Yeah, since the forest is in danger, everyone will... all within the forest will be sure to help. Would you, go in my place? I was kind of hoping it would be the sylphs, but this'll do. You know, it is kind of fucked up that you, like, one random-ass tree being mad once means that you're just, like, persona non grata. But, you know, it's their culture, we can't judge.
モグたちは今、忙しいクポ。怪我したくなかったら、引っ込んでろクポ。あれ、その面白い顔。ひょっとして、モーグリ家臣団を叩きのめした、オレオクポ。
It's like, oh, that yeah, funny face. Yeah, it's me.
その節はお世話になったクポ。モグの名前は、プクアピカ。一体何の用クポ？
And thanks for your help, then. My name is Fukuapika. What do you need?
森の精霊を鎮める方法クポ。ちょうど、モグたちもその話をしていたクポ。
Oh, how to, yeah, calm down, pacify the forest spirits of the forest. We were just talking about that
後
ourselves.
の魔物が森に現れてからというもの、精霊たちが、あわあわしちゃって、そりゃ、もう大変クポ。
Awa? Ah, that's great. Yeah, ever since the bighorn monster showed up, the spirits have been freaking out. You know, things have been real bad.
各地には魔力のよどみがポンポカ湧き出して、ますます精霊たちの機嫌も悪くなるし。
It's like what, stagnant magic is popping up is like what, bubbling up? It's like pools, I guess you could say like stagnant pools of magic are popping up everywhere. And that's that's putting the spirits in a really bad mood.
そしたら、ラヤオからも、精霊の機嫌を直すために、力を貸してほしいってお願いされちゃったから、モグたちで、よどみを浄化しようとしていたところ、クポ。
Okay, and Dial asked us to help to, what, pacify the spirits, so we were just about to, what, try purifying it?
アントキャ、世話になったクポ。モグは、モーグリ家臣団のクプディクープ。
I don't remember this Kashindan thing. I don't remember the name of this. I remember all of this stuff. Yeah, thanks back then. I don't remember this at all. This like Mughal military group.
大丈夫、モグは正気クポ。ラヤオたちから、テンパードの治療を受け、全王様を召喚したのが、間違いだったと分かったクポ。
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, don't worry, I'm sane now. After what being cured of the tempering by Dial, we realized that summoning the good king was a mistake. It was a bad
そん
idea.
なわけで、精霊たちの気を鎮めるため、みんなで手分けして、よどみを浄化するところだったクポ。
Okay, so to calm down the spirits, we have to split up and
よかった。
purify the stagnation.
僕と一緒に、よどみ
Sure.
探しを手伝ってほしい。
Okay.
ありがとうクポ。それじゃ
Thank you.
高いところに行って、周辺を見渡す。
Okay, so they're just saying go find a nice high spot to go look around.
あ、ちゃんと来られたみたいでよかったクポ。君たちには、羽がないこと忘れてたクポ。
That is kind of great. Oh, you actually made it. I kind of forgot that you don't have wings. It's like you humans don't have wings.
さて、よどみはどこクポ。
So yeah, where's that stagnation? Hmm?
あ、ここから南に見つけたクポ。すぐに向かって浄化するクポ。
Okay, yeah, oh, it's over to the south. Let's go. Let's go purify it. Pull. Wonderful. Whoa. Yeah, that'll purify it. That'll buff right out.
さすが俺をクポ。これで浄化は完了クポ。
Oh, amazing. Purification's done.
頑張ってくれてるから、きっとすぐに大精霊もご機嫌になるはずクポ。
Gokigen and Katakata. Oh, this is like... everybody else is doing the best they can, so I'm sure the Great Spirit will be... It's like feeling better soon.
あ、クプディクープ、そっちの方も終わっ
I don't know, you might even go like happy and healthy.
よどみの浄化はできたけど、ダメクポ。浄化したそばから新しいよどみが次々に湧き上がるクポ。
I purified it, but... it's terrible. Just as soon as I purified one, another one popped up.
きっと森の自己治癒力が弱まってるせいで、治したそばから病気になっているクポ。これじゃ拉致が開かないクポを。
Huh. It's like what, the forest's ability, like self-healing capability is getting weaker. It's getting sick again right after we heal it. We're getting nowhere.
それはまずいクポ。一体どうすればいいクポ。
Oh no, that's bad. What do we do?
このままよどみの浄化は続けつつ、それと並行して森の生命力を回復させていく必要がありそうクポ。
Okay. We need to keep purifying the stagnation and... but also restore the forest's energy.
森の生命力を回復。それってどうやるクポ？
Restore the forest's energy? How do we do that?
それはだな。
Well...
ひらめいたクポ。友達の儀式をすればいいクポ。
Oh, I've got an idea. We just need to do the... What, the friendship ritual? The friend
友
ritual?
達の儀式って何クポ？初めて聞く言葉、クポよ。
What the... What friendship ritual? This is the first time I've ever heard of it.
儀式の名前は、今、俺が適当に考えただけだから、気にするなクポ。
Okay, sure. I just came up with the... I made up the name on the spot. Don't worry about it, Kupo.
とにかく、すごく昔に行われた儀式クポ。あれは、まだ、黒ごもりに、グリダニアという国が、できる前のことだったクポ。
Anyway, it's a ritual that happened a really long time ago. It was before, that the nation of Gritania was even in the Black Shroud.
森の中に町を作って住みたいと考えた人たちが、精霊と交渉をしたことがあったクポ。
Oh, okay. The people who, wanted to build a city... Yeah, there were people who wanted to build a city in the forest and live here, so they negotiated with the spirits.
とある魔導士が精霊のご機嫌を取るために森を蝕むよどみを浄化した後、その場所に祈りを込めた苗木を植えたクポ。
Okay. And then, what, Mage. This Goki game is a bit of a pain in the ass here. I don't know, is this favor? Kind of? Maybe? You might say appease? I don't know. It's like they went around purifying the, stagnant magic, whatever that was corrupting, plaguing the forest, and then planted a sapling imbued with prayers.
人の誠意を受け取った精霊は彼らが森に住むことを許しただけでなく、盟約の証として祝福を与えたと言われているクポ。
Okay. Now it said that what spirits moved by their, humans' sincerity not only allowed them to live within the forest, but also gave them a blessing as proof of their pact.
その話なら聞いたことあるクポ。確か今でも町を発展させるために森を切り開くときは必ず代わりの食事をして緑を減らさないようにしているクポ。
Oh, I've heard about that. Yeah, even today, whenever they clear out the forest to expand the city, they always plant new trees to replace the ones that are cut down.
ということは森の怪我を治しながら新たな木を増やして森を賑やかにすればいいってことクポね。
Okay, so then all we have to do is heal the forest's injuries, grow new trees, and make sure all the trees are healthy and well.
そういうことクポ。
That's right.
ついでに教えておくと、今の話に出てきたとある魔導士っていうのが最初の格孫、よくポッタの父よりなんだクポ。
Oh yeah, by the way, what Mage I was talking about, who the one from the story was Yorin, the father of the first horned one. Ioku? Ioku Pota?
それ以来、精霊はヨリンと同じヒューラン族にのみ、祝福、つまり、核を与えて仲良くしているクポ。それが、黒ごもりで、彼ら各村が特別な存在とされるゆえんクポ。
And after that, the spirits have given the blessing, the horns to the cure just like Yorin. And lived in peace alongside them. Yeah, that's why the horned ones are what's seen as special in the Black Shroud.
あれ、どうしたクポ？何か気になることでもあるクポ？
What? Is something on your mind? I mean, the thing that makes sense here is the poison, the thing that kind of stands out is that the poison is specifically targeted to, cures.
どういうことクポ？詳しく教えてほしいクポ。
Wait, what? Tell me more, Kupo.
グレープニルの正体が核損に関係している人かもしれなくて、それにその毒気が鎖死病に似ているらしいくと。
Yeah, okay. Grepinir's true identity is someone connected to the horned ones, and the toxin they emit produces symptoms similar to the binding death. Kupo.
精霊と強いつながりを持ちながら、その加護に対して深く絶望して獣になったとしたら、
Yeah, okay, so we're just setting up the concept here. It's like, you know, what if someone... having a strong connection with the spirits, they fell to, like, despair, became a beast. It's like, what, over... or because of this, like, protection? It's like, you know, because they lost it, right?
遊覧族だけに死をもたらす鎖死病も、それに似た症状が出るグレープニルの毒気も、精霊の加護に反応してるのかもくと。
Huh. Okay, maybe the binding death, which is only fatal to the Hurin, and the toxin from Glepnir that causes similar symptoms are both, reacting to the presence of the protection of the spirits.
それなら、精霊が怯えてしまうのも無理はないくぽ。早く食事をして安心させてあげるくぽ。
Okay, it's no wonder then why the spirits are scared. Okay, they're just gonna get to planting some trees. We better plant those trees quick. With the ones it is.
これからモグたちはみんなと協力して食事のための苗木を用意するから、君はそうだと。
Okay, they're gonna get some saplings ready to plant. Wonderful. I'm just gonna finish up this quest and then call it for the day. This is quite interesting. So far, I definitely do think that the weakest one out of them was the Doma one. But even then, that one wasn't even bad.
英雄伝、お帰りなさい。モーグリ族からの情報収集、守備はいかがでしたか?
You're all welcome back. How did things go? Gathering information from the Mughals.
グリダニア建国にまつわる儀式ですか。未曾有の国難にあって、これ異常ない秘策ですね。
Yeah, but ritual. I'm not quite sure if you would want to say ritual or ceremony. Probably a ritual relating to the foundation of Gridania. It's like, what, with the future of the nation at stake, it's, What a wonderful plan, maybe?
の準備をしている間、私は各地と連携して獣の討伐に努めます。
Okay, the Mughals are gonna get the saplings ready. We're going to deal with they're gonna deal with the beasts. Yeah, okay, Kayasena isn't back in, like, you know, hasn't fully recovered, not back at full strength. You should rest as well. Okay. But the heart of the beast, the heart of the spirits. Heart of the beasts, heart of the spirits. Interesting. Very interesting. I mean, it is kind of fucked up that, like, you got a kid who just kind of, like, was a bit too trusting of a stranger once, and they're like, you're dead to us, get out of here. Like, that's a little bit fucked up. That is sort of the problem with Gridania, and this sort of, you know, general, like, oh, dude, we just gotta, like, accept our fate and place in the world, bro. Oh, what, your fate and place in the world is one that sucks ass? Well, sucks to be you then, bro. Get out of here. Ew, gross. Get away from me, bro. No, you see, it's my fate to be super special and important, and it's your fate to be dead on the side of the road, like that guy. See, that guy's accepting his fate. Living in perfect harmony with nature. But yeah, that is going to do it for me. These are really good. I am incredibly interested now in what the Dawn Trail role quests are like, as well. But then, God, I would have to level up so many more classes so much higher, and I just, oh, I don't want to. The role quests are at least better than the job quests because I don't have to keep playing, like, you know, I can just play Dancer for ranged DPS instead of having to play abject, unplayable garbage like Bard. I have no idea if Bard is actually considered good, I just hate it. But yeah, that is going to do it for me. I will see you all next time. Peace out.